Let us see some specific cases where certain expenditures are allowed. The first one is acquisition of patent rights or copyrights. Okay. Now, currently, basically, if you see, these are considered as intangible on which depreciation is available, right? But any capital expenditure incurred up to April 1998. So let's say, for example, when I say April 1998, what I mean is up to 1st April 1998. It's actually 1st April 1998. On the acquisition of patent rights or copyrights used for the purposes of businesses. So let's say, for example, you acquire any patent rights or copyrights from some other person. Very often when you come across situations, you will see that there are patents and copyrights which belong to a particular person. So let's say, for example, if you buy some music CDs, these are copyrighted by the music companies. If you want to produce some CDs which have those copyrights, you need to take the permission from that company, or in other words, you just buy that copyright and thereafter you can use that name. So if you buy any kind of a patent right or copyright which was bought at a time which was up to 1st April 1998, or in other words until March 31, 1998, used for the purposes of business, shall be allowed as a deduction in 14 equal installments starting from the year of expenditure or commencement of business. So whatever is the amount of expenditure you incur, let's say for example you incur 1,40,000, right? You will divide this expenditure by 14, right? Which gives you 10,000. So you will get a deduction of 10,000 rupees each for 14 years, right? And the first year will be in which you incur the expenses in case the business has been set up, from the year of expenditure if the business is set up, or commencement of business. So let's say for example, if you incurred the expenditure during financial year 1996-97, but you start the business in 97-98, then you will get a deduction. The first deduction will be available in 97-98. After the set date, if any expenditure is incurred in respect of patent right or copyright, one can claim depreciation on the expenditure incurred at the rate of 25%. So this is the rate specified for depreciation on intangibles. Again, just to summarize, any expenditure which is incurred on the acquisition of patent rights or copyrights is allowable as a deduction under section 35A in respect of expenditure which you have incurred up to 1st April 98. After that date, you are eligible to get the depreciation. The second one is obtaining license to operate telecommunication services, right? So if you want to obtain a license to operate telecom services, now anyone and everyone cannot go and start telecom services. So let's say there are many operators in India like Airtel, Vodafone and all these companies. They have to obtain a license for each circle in which they operate. Circle is basically a geographical area, right? Now if you incur any expenditure to obtain this telecom license, then this capital expenditure, please note it has to be a capital expenditure, not a revenue expenditure, for acquiring any right to operate telecom services before the commencement of business or thereafter. So you may get this telecom license before you start your business, or maybe you started your business and you want to take up additional licenses, and is actually paid, which means what? That the payment has actually been made. Deduction is allowed in equal installment during the life of the license, beginning from the year of expenditure till the period of license. So let's say if for example you in 1997-98 you bought a license for rupees 100 crores, okay, and this license is valid for 10 years, then the deduction which will be available is 100 divided by 10 is equal to 10 crore, right? The second case can be you bought a license in 97, 98. Okay, this license you have purchased from some other person. Originally this license was supposed to be in for 15 years, right? But after you purchase, it is only available for 8 years. In that case, what we see is what is the remaining period for which this license has remained into force, which is 8 years here. So in that case, the deduction each year will be 100 divided by 8, 12.5 crores per year, right? So deduction is allowed in equal installment during the life of the license from the year of the expenditure till the period of license. Any profit or loss on sale of license is a business income. Similarly, acquisition of know-how. Again, acquisition of know-how now is available, eligible for depreciation as intangible, right? But capital expenditure incurred before the first day of April 98 is allowed as a deduction. Okay, let us now move on to the next slide.